Welcome to Timeless Battles, where legends collide, powers clash, and we bring the most epic showdowns to life. Today, we're diving into an unforgettable duel. Thor, the Norse God of Thunder, versus Superman, the Last Son of Krypton. Imagine the raw power of Asgard meeting the resilience of a hero who stood against every cosmic force imaginable. A clash between two worlds, two gods of strength. Before we jump into this mythic encounter, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support fuels our journey through the most legendary battles of all time. Ready to see who stands victorious when the Thunder God meets the Man of Steel? Let's dive into the action. The stars seemed to hold their breath as two titans prepared to clash. On one side, Thor, the Norse God of Thunder, stood Mjolnir in hand, a warrior's smile playing on his lips as he faced his newest challenger, Superman, the Last Son of Krypton. They had met by chance, each following rumors of a mysterious artifact that lay hidden on an uncharted, desolate planet. But what had begun as a cautious meeting between two heroes was now set to be a clash of cosmic proportions. Superman's eyes narrowed, his cape billowing as he floated just above the rocky terrain, his fists clenched. "I don't want to fight you, Thor," he called out, his voice calm but firm. "But I can't let anyone take this artifact. It's too dangerous." Thor chuckled, his voice resonating like distant thunder. "I respect your resolve, Superman, but I do not yield. If you would stop me, then prove yourself worthy." With that, Thor raised Mjolnir, calling upon his power. Lightning crackled and roared to life, surging down from the sky in blinding arcs that struck the ground around him, forming a ring of electricity. Superman watched, undeterred, his eyes glowing red as he prepared for what was to come. The clash was immediate, fierce, and awe-inspiring. Superman shot forward, his fists moving at blinding speed. But Thor met him head-on, Mjolnir spinning in his grasp. Superman's punches landed with the force of 1,000 suns, each one capable of leveling mountains. But Thor's Asgardian endurance allowed him to absorb the blows, each strike fueling his battle rage. Thor retaliated, swinging Mjolnir with precision honed over countless battles. Each impact sent shockwaves across the barren landscape, and Superman staggered back, momentarily stunned by the sheer force of Thor's attacks. But Superman was far from beaten. He took to the sky, accelerating faster than the eye could see, darting down like a missile aimed directly at Thor. Thor braced himself, then leaped to meet Superman midair, swinging Mjolnir in a devastating arc. The collision was cataclysmic, creating a massive shockwave that flattened the surrounding terrain and sent chunks of rock flying into the void. The two combatants landed in the rubble, both battered but unyielding. As the fight raged on, Superman began to realize that this was unlike any battle he'd faced before. His Kryptonian strength was formidable, but Thor was a god, and his power was drawn from realms beyond Superman's understanding. Thor began to call upon the raw forces of Asgard itself, his strikes imbued with divine energy that even Superman found difficult to withstand. In a desperate attempt to gain the upper hand, Superman unleashed his heat vision, twin beams of burning energy aimed directly at Thor. Thor raised Mjolnir, deflecting the beams with a casual sweep, then summoned a storm like none he'd ever created. Thunder roared, lightning split the sky, and the winds howled with the fury of 1,000 storms circling around the Man of Steel. Superman strained against the onslaught, his cape whipping around him as he fought to hold his ground. But Thor's storm was relentless, the lightning striking with pinpoint accuracy, each bolt infused with the rage and power of the Thunder God. Superman felt his strength waning as the storm intensified, but his resolve never faltered. Thor saw the determination in Superman's eyes and felt a surge of respect. This Kryptonian was no ordinary opponent, but Thor knew he had one final move that might end the battle. Summoning all his power, he raised Mjolnir high and invoked the full might of the All-Father, calling down a lightning bolt so massive it split the clouds and struck with the force of a supernova. The bolt hit Superman squarely, engulfing him in a blinding flash of energy. When the light faded, Superman was on one knee, breathing heavily, his suit scorched and torn, but still fighting to rise. Thor approached, his gaze fierce but respectful. "You have the spirit of a warrior, Superman, but this battle belongs to the son of Odin." Superman, barely able to stand, nodded in acknowledgement, his face filled with admiration and acceptance. "You're stronger than I imagined, Thor. I'll give you that." Thor extended his hand, helping Superman to his feet. They stood in silence for a moment, two warriors with mutual respect, each knowing that their paths had crossed in a way that neither would forget. As they parted ways, Thor watched Superman soar into the sky, a small smile on his face. He had faced one of the strongest beings in the universe and emerged victorious. But he knew that Superman was a hero in his own right, a champion who would continue to protect his world with every ounce of his strength. For now, Thor returned to his own realm, bearing the knowledge that even among gods, there were few as mighty as the Man of Steel.